Hey guys, your boy Mark, 2025, August 22nd. I said the date backwards, but 3 years later, we finally have Peacemaker Season 2 upon us, and just like last time, I'm gonna give you guys a review of every single episode, and yes, I'll still do a full season review, just like I did back in 2022 with Season 1. I have no clue where that Peacemaker mask I made is. Even then, I don't think I would bother wearing it like I did for those reviews. But yeah, after 3 years, Peacemaker Season 2 is upon us. Now, there's some new context for this. The DCEU has since been scrapped. This is now a part of the DCU. The new DCU, which started with Creature Commandos, then the James Gunn Superman movie that just came out, and now Peacemaker Season 2 is like the third thing of the DCU. So I know that's confusing. That being said, there's still quite a lot of Season 1 that is canon here that's been brought over to Season 2. It's a whole weird thing to explain. I'm sure other people can explain it better than me. But John Cena's back. All the great original cast members are back. And I was always excited for Peacemaker. I love Peacemaker so much for obvious reasons. I'm literally wearing the dude's shirt right now. Well, John Cena. John Cena shirt. This is the SummerSlam 2025 green shirt. And if you do the math, yeah, it's been 4 days since I last showered. But this shirt is so comfortable, man. Oh man, the material on this. Look at me in this video. You can just tell this shirt is comfy as, can't you? But yeah, I'm definitely gonna say a bunch of spoilers for this episode in this review. First of which, they've officially retconned the ending of Peacemaker Season 1, where you remember the end of Peacemaker Season 1 where the Justice League show up, including Aquaman and the Flash. That's officially out. In this version, the Justice Gang show up. Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, Superman, and even Supergirl show up. So yeah, they changed that ending. Pretty interesting, I thought. I'm sure the Justice League will eventually be a part of this DC universe. But that's the first big thing on this episode/season. Another crack-up thing was Peacemaker, wanting to join the Justice Gang, and then they don't realize Maxwell Lord, Green Lantern, and Hawkgirl, they didn't realize that Peacemaker can hear everything they're saying, including where they're supposed to be talking crap about him. And before that, we didn't know this, but you had this girl, this bunny girl, kind of coming out all crying and all that. And I didn't know that it was going to be paid off in a joke. I thought she was just being rejected. But later on, after Peacemaker tells them that he could hear them the whole time, and then Peacemaker just leaves, and then Maxwell Lord says, shit. How many times did I mention that bunny girl's camel toe? I must have said it like 30 times. So now we know why she was storming out crying. That was crack up, man. Also, Jennifer Holland, James Gunn's wife. forgot her Harcourt. That's her character's name. I was about to say forgot her character's name, but then I just remembered Harcourt. Harcourt seems to have major anger management issues, even toxic masculinity, as her therapist in this thing calls it. And well, aside from being eye candy, I didn't really care for Harcourt in season 1, but this like kind of character arc for her in this season, I'm very excited for this. I'm really enjoying this right now. And it was even funny when she called her therapist a cunt. Like when he mentioned that she's showing signs of toxic masculinity or something. And then she's like, "You're a cunt." She said that to her therapist. And then she's like punching out her dashboard. And then she mentions it to Peacemaker. And then he's like, and then he's like, "Hey, what happened to your hand?" And then she's like, "Oh, I punched out my dashboard." And then he's like, "Fucker had it coming." And then when they were walking upstairs, Peacemaker said something about 30 Seconds to Mars, the band, which is pretty hilarious because he was a part of the DCEU that had Jared Leto playing the Joker. So that means, like I said, the whole universe thing is confusing right now. Hopefully it will somehow be more clear on everything. But would that mean that Jared Leto is the Joker and Jared Leto as an actor / singer exists in the same universe? Huh? Because, he's the lead singer of the 30 Seconds to Mars. He was talking crap about 30 Seconds to Mars, but I didn't quite catch it. I did not watch it on... Well, we don't have HBO Max in my country. We have this app called Neon. I don't have Neon. I tried to ask my grandma, who was very generous to let me have at least one more month with YouTube Premium. I asked her if I could also have Neon. She said, "I'm sorry, I definitely cannot afford that right now. But at least I got the YouTube Premium. So I wasn't able to put on subtitles. That's why I mentioned all that." And then Peacemaker, he wakes up in the middle of the night, and then he it looks like Eagly wants to fly, and then he just brought him in that room thing. And then he kind of stumbles across like an alternate dimension. Then he sees his father, who he killed in season 1. And then his father says to him, "You look like you've seen a ghost." And then Peacemaker was like, freaks out. And then, oh yeah, Vigilante. He wasn't in this episode much, Vigilante, but he cracked me up in this episode when he was saying, when he was like talking to Economos on the phone. He was like talking about owls and stuff, but when his boss or whatever said, "We were never friends," and then he's like, "Then why did I come to your wedding?" And then he says, "You showed up drunk," or something like that. That cracked me up, I won't lie. And he was like, "Why are you repeating what I'm saying?" Fuck no, they were saying that stuff. And then, Peacemaker. Christopher Smith having a massive orgy at his father's house. Thank God my mother did not see that. She was in the same room. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. And to see John Cena doing cocaine. That was a fun scene though. very graphic, but very fun too. What else am I trying to say? And then eventually he goes back to that alternate universe where he saw his father alive, and then he's living in a mansion in that universe, and then he just walking around the house, and then he goes outside in the alternate dimension and his alternate mansion, and he sees a car pull up. And who gets out of the car? And this got me emotional. This got me pulling at my heartstrings, bro. It was Keith, his brother, who he was forced to kill in season 1. It got me emotional. As soon as that happened, I started to think about, I mean, I've never had any siblings myself, but my uncle Gordon, who passed away a few years back, I couldn't help but imagine if I stumbled across an alternate universe and I saw him again. That made me think of that. Got me emotional, got me wanting to cry. And then he reunites with his brother and father, and they talk for a while. Really bittersweet. And then, I forgot to mention, there's a new intro for Peacemaker season 2. It's not Do You Want to Taste It again. This time it's I forgot the song already. Actually, I don't know the song, but it's another cool intro. Time will tell if it will become iconic. So far, at least from what I see on Twitter, people seem to be mixed about it. People are like, it's a cool intro, but we wanted the season 1 intro again. And then we get and then there was a scene where Harcourt fights a bunch of grown men in a bar. She loses the fight, but she got several great hits in, and then she smiles even though she's beaten up at the end and kicked out. Because that was like the cathartic release she needed, I bet. But Economos sees the alternate dimension stuff, I think, or at least the door open of Peacemaker's father's house. If you watch this, you know what I'm talking about. Then he's like, I don't know if I can give this info to August or something like that. So he gets what's her name? That big black girl. He basically asks her like if she can do it instead. She begrudgingly accepts. But then we get to the ending. This is the moment in the trailers where we see Peacemaker fighting himself, literally, 2 Peacemakers. And he went back, or maybe he was still there, in the alternate dimension with his brother and father are still alive. And then alternate Peacemaker is like, who the fuck are you? And then original Peacemaker is like, calm down. I can explain. And then he's like, you're already breaking and entering. Are you some sort of safe shifter? But you're breaking and entering anyway. That's a crime. And then they end up getting in a fight. Then they end up fighting in the big room of Peacemaker. You know? And then original Peacemaker actually ends up, it's actually made me a little bit sad, actually. And made me feel bad for the alternate Peacemaker. Ends up killing alternate Peacemaker. And that's how this season starts off. Yeah. Yeah, amazing first episode. Absolutely loved it. This should be a really great and intriguing season. And I'm not even sure if they'll do any more explaining for how, how events in the DCU and this are different or stuff like that, But what a start. Off to a fantastic start. And I loved Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 1. I don't know what more to say, y'all. But just comment down what you think. Did you love it? Did you love this episode like I did? But yeah. I don't know what to say, but I'll try to review every episode. I might not review every episode instantly, but I'll definitely do a review of the season as a whole when this is finished. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Have a good one.